Hello everyone, I'm Andrea, also known as Miss Fackelman, and today I'm going to tell you all a little bit about Gustav Klimt. Gustav Klimt was born in Austria in 1862 and passed away in 1918 at the age of 55. He came from a large family. Despite not having a whole lot of money when he was young, he went on to art school and later began a company of artists with his brother and a friend of theirs. Together, these young men created murals and paintings on ceilings for public buildings. Later on in his career, Gustav Klimt began his golden phase, where he would create beautiful artwork using paint and gold leaf. The artwork that he created during this period would go on to earn him critical and financial success. One of these paintings, the most famous of his paintings, known as Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer or Woman in Gold, is worth over $120 million. Gustav Klimt's artwork is exemplary of Nouveau art, which means new art. Nouveau art first became popular in Europe and flourished between 1890 and 1905. The artwork produced during this period is characterized by organic or natural-looking forms, plant-like images, elegant lines, and floral patterns. The project we are going to do today is draw pictures of ourselves asleep in quilts that have lots of different patterns. This project is inspired by some of Gustav Klimt's paintings where we see people asleep with dreamy expressions surrounded by bright colors and floral patterns. Now for this task, you don't have to draw yourself asleep in the quilts, or if you want to do more than one face, you can also draw the faces of your siblings or friends, or if you also want to draw your pets asleep in the quilts with you, go right ahead. Now grab whatever supplies you want to use, a piece of paper, a pencil, an eraser, find a comfortable place to work, and let's get started. To start our self-portraits, we are first going to draw an oval for the face. Now, you might remember from that sample portrait we're going to be doing, we need to make the face look like it's tilted because our faces are going to be sleeping and tilted against the quilts we're wrapped in. I'm going to draw an oval-shaped face. The bigger the oval, the bigger your head will be, so keep that in mind. But don't make it so big that there isn't enough room for all the quilts that we're going to be wrapped up in. Now, you might remember that the shape of our jaw isn't quite so round. So we're going to be taking our erasers. We're going to erase the curved lines on either side of the chin, and we're going to draw them so that they look a little more straight. I'm going to erase that other chin that I made. Connect the new jaw to the side of the face. There we go. Now I am going to draw a straight line down the middle, pressing very lightly with my pencil. This line isn't going to be permanent, it's just in reference as I draw the rest of my face. Now I'm going to draw a little smile. It's going to look like a slightly curved line to make the mouth. Now I'm going to draw the lips. Before we draw the more pronounced lips for a girl, if you're a boy and you don't want the lips to be quite as obvious, what you want to do is draw a little curved line to make the lower lip, like this. If you want, you can stop there, but if you want to draw the rest of the lips, here's what you do. I am going to connect this lower lip to either corner of the mouth. Then I am going to draw the shape of the upper lip. It kind of looks like the top of a heart, which is kind of like a number 3 that fell over. Then I'm going to connect this number 3 to both corners of the mouth, like that. Now for this nose, I'm not so much going to draw the shape of the nostrils, but rather draw little tiny lines to show where the nostrils are, or rather where they open. They're just going to be little dots. And then I'm going to draw a curved line that shows this side of the nostril and then goes into the bridge of the nose and then stops where the brow will begin. Now, remember, we're not going to draw the eyes open, but we're going to draw them closed. So I'm going to draw some curved lines that are similar to what I drew when I started my smile. Make sure they're lined up properly, because it wouldn't make sense if one eye was over here and the other eye was way up here in the forehead. If you want to add eyelashes, you absolutely can. I want to give myself some eyelashes. Then I'm going to draw some curved lines for the brows. If you want to make the brows darker or bolder, you absolutely can. Now I'm going to erase that line that I drew down the middle. And I am going to draw the side of the neck. The side of the neck that we're going to be able to see emerging from the blankets is going to start right under the chin, slightly curve down, and stop right here. Now we want to add the hair. It doesn't matter where you want your hair to part or if you want to have a part or not, but just draw the hair. Before we draw the hair, I want us to draw the curved line that comes over the side of the face and comes back. This is going to be the pillow under the quilt that our faces will be resting against. I'm going to erase this line right here. And now I'm going to draw my hair. If you're drawing a boy's hair, you can just draw a curved line like this, just to show the color of the hair, but not make it so obvious as if the hair was spiky. And then draw the ears, but make sure at the top of the ear is in line with the eyes. However, I want to make this a self-portrait of myself, so I want to draw my long curly hair. So what I'm going to do, I am going to keep the top of the head that I made right here with that bridge line, but I'm going to draw a part over here, and then draw a long strand that comes from the hairline, goes slightly over the forehead, goes behind the ear, and then stops right there. Then I'm going to draw another strand of hair that comes from the hairline, goes over the ear, and kind of makes the wavy curl down this way. And then I'm going to draw another strand of hair that comes from the part, goes over the head, and a wavy curly strand right there, and then stops. And then I'm just going to draw some more strands that kind of go over the head and disappear behind these curls over here. I'll also draw some hair strands that come from this part and disappear behind the pillow. Now I do want to add some more wavy curls coming down, but I would rather wait to add more of the hair until I have drawn the quilts that are covering me. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to draw some waves to show the shape of the quilt that is wrapping over my body right here. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to draw a wavy line that goes over, next with that line that shows my neck, and then make a wavy line that goes over, down, over, down, over, down, and then disappears off the bottom of the paper. Now, I'm going to draw another wavy line that comes from the same spot, but it's not going to go in the same direction. It's going to kind of come down, going back and forth, but then kind of go back over and connect with this line. So what we are going to do, we are going to make a bunch of wavy lines that start from here and then go in different directions, but always disappear off the bottom of the paper. When you are done with this part of your quilt, it should look kind of like you're asleep in a pile of laundry, but it'll be very beautiful, colorful laundry when we are done with our pictures. Now I'm going to draw a curved line that starts somewhere over here. It's going to curve up and then connect with this line that we drew on the side of our face. So this is going to be the pillow, shall we say, that cushions our sleeping faces. Now that I've got this part of my quilt drawn, I want to make some more hair, especially because I want long hair that kind of curls down and disappears under the quilt. In real life, my hair is not nearly that long. It's getting longer, but I want to make it look a little longer just for this portrait. Now I want to draw a couple more lines that go above my head to create the quilts that are cushioning me behind my body. I'm going to draw a curved line that starts from somewhere behind my hair, curves up, then comes back down here and stops. Now I'm going to draw another curved line that goes behind my head back here. It's going to start over here, curve up, and then vanish behind the head again. Now I'm going to draw another curved line. It's going to start behind this one that we made over here. It's going to come up, go around the other line that we drew, come over, slightly wave, then stop over here. So now I have drawn my face and my hair, the little bit of the neck that we can see, and I have drawn the shape of the quilts that I am asleep in. But now we want to make it look a little more like something Gustav Klimt would create. So we need to decorate it with lots of different beautiful patterns. For this, you can come up with as many patterns as you want, or you can repeat some. If you have trouble thinking of ideas, you can always look back at the pictures of what Gustav Klimt created, or you can use some simple patterns that you see every day, like stripes or flowers or hearts or lightning bolts, anything that you can think of. And let's create some beautiful, bold, fun, colorful patterns for these quilts. Now go ahead and get started. All right, there are my patterns. If you would like to add more to the background, you absolutely can, but if you do not want to, you can just create a nice solid color, which would create a really nice contrast. But one thing I would like to show you that I want to put in my background are spirals. The spiral pattern is something that echoes Gustav Klimt's style. We always see spirals, whether they're in the background or hidden in some of the patterns in his artwork. Now, to draw a spiral is to start somewhere off the side of the paper. I'm going to start drawing a line that comes in, but then it's going to come around almost like I'm starting to make a circle. But before I close this circle, I'm going to draw another circle inside of it. But then before I close that circle, I'm going to draw another circle inside and then stop. So now I have one spiral. I don't want to stop with just the one spiral because then it'll make the background seem unfinished. I'm going to draw another spiral coming out of this one. I'm going to draw another curved line that comes in towards the paper. Then I'm going to bring my line around as if I'm drawing a circle. But then before I close that circle, I'm going to draw another circle inside what I just drew, and then draw another circle inside that, and then stop. So now I have two spirals. I'm going to draw some more spirals. They don't all have to stem from the same line like this. Now I have three spirals that come out of each other. They can also come from the other side of the paper, like over here, and then draw another spiral that comes out of that one. You can make your spirals all come from different parts of your paper. I'm going to fill my background with more spirals. All right, I've drawn my spirals. As you can probably tell, the spirals that I drew on each side of my paper aren't symmetrical. They don't reflect each other, but just because they don't look the same on both sides doesn't mean that the style isn't beautiful. Gustav Klimt's artwork often isn't symmetrical on both sides of the paper. I do love the beauty of the randomness of his patterns, and I hope you will grow to appreciate that as well. Now it's time to color. What I suggest you all do, pick a single color for the background or the negative space around the subject, which is yourself in the quilts, and then use different colors that are not the background color you chose. So that way your quilts and your face pops against the background color that you chose. What I think I will do is choose yellow to color the background, and then I'll outline all the spirals, and then I'll use different colors for each of my quilts that are not yellow, like blue and green or purple and orange, and then just come up with different colors so that way these patterns stand out and pop against the yellow I'm going to use for my background. So grab whatever color supplies you have and let's continue. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you want to subscribe and get notified when I have new videos, click subscribe. If you want to say what you enjoyed about this video or want to suggest what we should draw next, leave a comment below. Above all else, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you all next time.